Michael B. Jordan, an actor who isn't defined by a single type of role. Despite his look, his physique, and the way he could easily be cast, he's never settled into comfortable or predictable performances. From a young age, his work has moved across genres and character types, whether it's a young man caught in systemic injustice, a fighter carrying the weight of legacy, or a character shaped by anger and displacement. What stands out isn't just the variety of roles he's taken on, it's how he approaches them. His performances are often controlled, internal, and deliberate, revealing range without relying on unnecessary volume or spectacle. He builds characters from the inside out, committing fully to the emotional and psychological range required. Across his body of work, there's a clear sense of an actor resisting being put into a box, someone more interested in growth than repetition, and in his craft rather than expectation. That being said,
the Oscar goes to...
Who actually thought that Michael B. Jordan would be winning an Oscar? Not me. Because the first time I ever saw Michael B. Jordan was when he was really young. It wasn't in The Wire. I tried to watch that show a few times, just couldn't stick it out. I think I've only seen like one episode. But the first time I actually noticed him was in Hardball with Keanu Reeves. One of my favorite films growing up. And back then, as a kid, you could tell he stood out. Then when I saw that one episode of The Wire, he was playing a similar type of role. He's playing this young, urban kind of... what's the correct term? He sells drugs. That same kind of street energy, just a bit more grounded. More real. It's a very real show. Then the next time I saw him was in a film with Zac Efron. That awkward moment. Straight away I recognized him, but I could see him branching out already. It was a funny, light comedy with a few emotional moments thrown in.
I don't love you anymore.
Michael B. Jordan doesn't just stay in one lane. He doesn't really settle for one type of role or just keep repeating what works. Creed is the only exception, but there are nuances to his performance. Outside of that, he's played a wide range of characters. Whether that was intentional or not, it's worked out in his favor. It's not about the films, the parts, it's what he does and how he gets into these characters. Every time there's subtle changes that from the outside might not look like much. So I thought I'd pay a bit of attention to what he's doing. I figured, what was the fuss about? This movie, Sinners. Did he just win because Timmy fucked it all up? And no, it's not. He's actually doing a lot of little things that make a big difference to his performances. And it's pretty good. The one crazy thing though is that his Oscar win is, in my opinion, not his best performance. But let me explain why. So, where do we start?
Come on! Come on!
That awkward moment follows three friends, played by Zac Efron, Miles Teller, and Michael B. Jordan, who basically make a pact to stay single after one of them goes through a breakup. The whole film is built around modern dating, commitment issues, and that awkward stage where you're not quite in a relationship, but you're not really single either. It's a light-hearted comedy, but it does try to touch on relationships in a slightly more honest way.
Or maybe because you're still fucking Harold. I can't tell. You know, his jacket is still in the closet. It's a great jacket, but what's in the fucking closet?
Especially when things stop being casual and start getting real. Michael B. Jordan plays Mikey. Michael? Mikey. He's the one actually going through a divorce at the start, and what's interesting is, while the film is mostly played for laughs, his storyline is the one that has a bit more weight to it. He's dealing with a relationship that's falling apart, trying to figure out if it's actually over or not, if there's something worth saving. So compared to the other two, his character feels a bit more grounded. And you can already see him starting to stretch as an actor here. He's still got that natural charisma, he's likable, easy to watch, but there are moments where he brings out a bit more emotional honesty into it.
I just need to hear you say it. Just say it.
I don't love you anymore.
Can we cool it with the bitches?
It's not a super heavyweight performance, but it doesn't have to be. It's a comfortable, relaxed performance, not supposed to be over the top. He's not Eric. Point is, he's not playing one type of role. He's moving into adult, relationship-driven characters, and you can see that he's capable of a lot. Next to Zach and Miles, both heavyweights, he stands out. Even in a film that's not that deep, he still manages to bring something real to it. Creed. First of all, I love the Rocky movies. First one I watched was Rocky IV, the best one to watch first as a kid, and it changed my life. And I watched Rocky 1, 2, 3, 5, and for me, very early on, it was never really about boxing. Rocky was such a well-written, deep, emotional character.
Oh, if I could take everything that was good and put it into a bowl or something and say, hey, here, I'd like to buy one more day with my wife, I'd do it. I would die a happy man right then. Not gonna happen. So?
I mean, goddamn, he is such a great actor. I could do a video on him. Anyway, Michael B. Jordan. He plays Adonis. Yes, Adonis. Like Apollo would name his son anything else.
How do you know all this?
How do you think?
I love this scene. I would always be watching Sly, looking at the picture of Apollo, then at Adonis, the thinking that's going on. But Michael's great too, so natural, not loud. You're watching a character grow over these multiple films, and he doesn't play it the same. The performance is evolving. In the first Creed, Adonis is basically trying to prove himself. He's Apollo's son, but he doesn't really feel like he's earned anything yet. He's still very rough around the edges, so everything is coming from a place of needing that validation. And Michael B. Jordan plays him like that. He's intense, he's reckless, always pushing, like he's got something to prove every second on screen. There's a confidence there, but it doesn't feel secure. It feels performed. Like underneath, he's still unsure of himself. Creed 2, now he's the champion, he's made it. Instead of playing him as more confident and relaxed, instead he feels like he's carrying a lot of pressure, expectations, legacy, responsibility. And when he fights Victor Drago, it's not just about winning anymore. Losing actually means something now, not just to him, but to everyone around him. So the performance becomes more controlled, more measured. You can see him carrying the weight more. And it's not loud. It's all building up inside him, ready to explode. Creed 3 is where you see the biggest change. And it's not just because Sly's not involved, we won't get into that. But at its core, Creed 3 isn't really about boxing. It's about the past catching up with you. Now he's not even an active fighter anymore, he's older. He's built something and now he's doing the mentoring. He's already built his life, so Damien isn't just another opponent. He represents the life Adonis left behind. It's a great idea, the guilt, the choices, everything he's tried to move past. It all comes back in the form of this person, Damien. So when he steps into the ring this time, they really try to go beyond boxing. He's not fighting to win anymore, he's fighting something that he's been avoiding for years. His acting, I've noticed, is very still. And I don't mean he doesn't move, I mean he's not acting with his face or body. You can see when he goes into heavy thinking and feeling, but not displaying it externally. What you see instead is these little slight nuances and adjustments. Without paying too much attention, I would look and think that he's just doing the same thing all the time. I used to think, what's the big deal? What is he doing that's so good to deserve an Oscar?
And what's that supposed to mean?
It means you gotta do some smart thinking.
Oh, you want to talk about smart decisions, Rock? You in this house all alone. Who been taking care of you? Me. I've been here for you. I'm dangerous.
But what's special about what he's doing is that he's not acting. A lot of these young actors now pouring their hearts out on the screen, pulling all types of faces, sweating, making grunts. What makes the Creed films stand out is that he doesn't really play Adonis the same way twice. Each film feels like a different stage in his life, and Michael adjusts the performance every time without losing who the character is. Black Panther, iconic. I mean, he looks really good in this film with the hair, the shoulders, the chest, the clothes, and the fight at the end. The film, it's alright. Anyway, next film, Just Mercy. The film, okay, just joking. Black Panther. The film follows T'Challa stepping up as king of Wakanda after his father dies, and Wakanda itself is this super advanced country that's basically hidden from the rest of the world. They've got all this power, all this technology, but they've chose to stay out of global conflicts. So T'Challa is trying to figure out how to lead, balancing tradition, responsibility, and whether Wakanda should actually start getting involved with the outside world. The film's okay. Michael B. Jordan plays Eric, the villain, so to speak, in the film. He has a direct connection to Wakanda, but more importantly, he's grown up outside of it. So while Wakanda has been protected and hidden, he's been out in the real world, seeing the inequality, violence, and oppression firsthand. His methods are extreme, but what he's saying actually makes a lot of sense. So instead of a simple good guy versus bad guy, you've got two completely different ways of looking at the world. T'Challa believes in careful change, whereas Eric believes change should be forced. The performance is very controlled. When you see him at first, he's very calm, observant, quiet. He already knows exactly what's going on, so he's just waiting for the right moment. So when he gets to Wakanda and reveals who he is, now he's direct and confrontational. But he's not shouting for the sake of it, and everything he says comes from lived experience, and you can feel it and see it in his eyes. This is what Michael does so well. It's all underneath the surface, bubbling up. And this is the best way to play it when you look like this, because you're expected to be this big Thor-like character, but he plays it smaller. Why be big and act big when it's not required? His physique and the look are assisting his performance. The scars on his body, representing what he's been through, tells you everything about how he sees the world. The film doesn't really stand out, in my opinion, but his performance stands out. Eric isn't a villain that you forget after the film ends. He plays him as someone shaped by his environment, and he chooses a path that makes sense to him, and that's the best way to play a villain. The next movie is Just Mercy, a courtroom drama. Michael refusing to stick to one type. The film follows Bryan Stevenson, a young lawyer who moves to Alabama to defend people on death row. Specifically, Walter McMillan, played by Jamie Foxx, who's been wrongfully convicted. And what the film really focuses on isn't just the case itself, it's about the system around it. How slow it can be, how biased, and how difficult it actually is to get justice, especially when everything's working against you. It's not really a typical courtroom movie where everything just clicks into place, which is what I was expecting. It's actually a bit frustrating, it takes its time. It's actually a smaller movie. They don't go over the top with anything. It's quite small and simple. Jamie Foxx is in it. Jamie Foxx, I feel like his best work is behind him. I don't think I've really enjoyed his performances after Collateral with Tom Cruise. I haven't really been able to see him in anything that I really think he's done a convincing job as an actor. I think maybe he's too damn big as Jamie Foxx that maybe you can't see anything else apart from Jamie Foxx. Do you agree? Let me know in the comments if you can name another movie that he's done after Collateral that's been a great performance. Apart from Annie.
I said, I think you should tell the guy behind me to put his gun away before I take it and beat his bitch ass to death with it.
Michael plays Bryan Stevenson. Again, confirming what he does so well. He's not loud. He's not aggressive. He's very calm and measured. Michael B. Jordan is great at processing everything. You can see it's all internal. There's a quiet determination there. He knows what he's up against. At the start, he's very idealistic, believing in the system, that he can make a difference, etc. But as things go on and you see him getting tested, you see all the pushback, the racism, the delays, everything, and it's building up in all these small moments. The frustration, the exhaustion. He gets to do a little final speech to the jury, and what makes this performance so real is that he doesn't try to make Bryan into a hero. He keeps it all very grounded, and even at the end, it doesn't feel like a huge victory. It just feels like one step forward. It's not a perfect ending, and Michael B. Jordan plays it like that. It's quiet and controlled, with real weight behind it. Next, we have Sinners, And this one's a bit different. It's set in the 1930s, and Michael B. Jordan's playing two characters, twin brothers, Smoke and Stack. They come back into town after working with the Chicago mob, trying to build something of their own for their community. And at first, it feels like that's what the film's about, just the two guys trying to carve out something for themselves. We're getting some Dusk Till Dawn vibes in this film for sure, and that's fine by me. The whole night becomes about survival. Not just physical survival. From what I've read up, there's lots of symbolism as well. I'm not really smart enough to get all of it, but yeah, I get some of it. I get the gist of it. It's about protecting culture, identity, the space that they're in, against something trying to take it. I get it. Anyway, Michael B. Jordan plays two parts, and what's good is he handles both parts very well. Smoke is more controlled, more internal, he's carrying a lot of responsibility, while Stack is more open, more impulsive, different energy, and it's subtle. That's what Michael B. Jordan does. One thing I will say, out of all the twin films, and I've seen a lot of them, Jackie Chan's Twin Dragons, Van Damme's Double Impact, Tom Hardy's in The Craze, Jeremy Irons in Dead Ringers, Michael B. Jordan's performance is the most subtle out of all the twin movies I've seen. I personally think Tom Hardy did one of the best performances with twins. And Van Damme, come on, look at this.
Don't even think about it. I was winning for that.
But I think what helps Michael B. Jordan get the Oscar is that he does not overdo anything. What he does very uniquely is that standing side by side, you really feel that they're brothers, if that makes sense, because they just stand next to each other, they talk to each other. It's all very smooth and low key, but you can feel the twin effect. Like, you can tell they know each other very well, they feel connected. He doesn't overdo it at all in the performance. I've heard lots of people say that, oh, you can tell they're two different people, but I actually think he does it so subtle that I didn't always know which twin was which, but I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's normal if they're two identical twins and they've grown up together, they're so close, they would be very similar. You don't have to be able to tell which is which all the time. And I think that aspect is what he does very well, and I think that's what tips him over to get the Oscar. The reason I don't think that this performance is Oscar winning is because even though technically it's very impressive, the character of either twin didn't really stay with me afterwards. I wasn't really invested in either of the characters, whereas Marty Supreme, Timmy, or Leonardo DiCaprio, those two characters were very engaging and you could really get invested in those characters. They stayed with you. That's why I don't think Sinners was really an Oscar-winning performance. When you look at everything he's done, you start to realize that Michael B. Jordan has a huge body of work, and yet he's never out there pushing or promoting. The work is his thing. He just wants to work and make films that actually seem important to him. And this makes him very interesting. He doesn't try to do anything big. He's very grounded, and you can tell he works from the inside out. He's constantly moving between completely different types, different characters, different movies, different emotional spaces. From a child actor, he's worked his way up. Starting from very small parts in TV and film, he's progressed. And when you do see him in Sinners, yes, you can see he's a solid actor making definite choices. So even though Sinners was not my favorite, I think his body of work does deserve an Oscar because it shows an actor trying to figure out different ways to play characters, different ways to tell a story, and different ways to be a human being on screen.